So guys, we are looking at the Hunter 2.0. This is a 48 volt, 750 watt, full frame, fat tire e-bike. It's gonna have a range of about 55 miles per charge. And the special feature about this bike is that it's coming in at a sale price right now of $999. So let's take a closer look at some of the features that you get. We're gonna go ahead and start off with the motor. You're gonna be taking a look at a 750 watt Bafang hub motor. It's gonna be tied into an 8-speed Shimano cassette, which is gonna be tied down to the Tourney TZ derailleur. And I like the fact that they gave a guard right here, because once this is dialed in and it's shifting properly, you don't want to take the chance of banging into something and then this all of a sudden gets out of alignment. So these little guards right here come in very, very handy, and I like it when I see bikes with this. The battery on the Hunter 2.0 is going to be a 15 amp hour, 720 watt hour battery. I've seen it stated on the site like 840. That could be a clerical error, but according to this, it says 15 amp hour, 720 watt hour. And the website states that you could get 55 mile per hour of range depending on how much you're pedaling or how much you're using the throttle. The battery comes with an on-off switch here for storage, and it also has a status indicator over here to show you how much power you have in the battery. So if you click on this button here, you'll see the status bars here give you a quick reference as to what's in the battery. For suspension, you're going to have a fully adjustable front Mozo branded shock. The shock is going to give you the ability to adjust your preload and also your dampening. To adjust the shock, you could just go ahead and leave it open, which is going to allow this spring to dampen and to absorb any type of imperfection that may be in the road. However, if you're on a flat surface and you want more speed and stability, you can elect to close it, and that will give you a very firm ride. In addition to that shock there, you are going to get big 26-inch wheels here with the CST BFT 26x4 all-terrain tires. The benefit of this tire right here, guys, is that the surface area is wide, so that if you're riding around on dirt or sand, the bike is going to be able to sit on top and not sink down. Also, these knobbies right here are going to give you some better traction. As you come around corners, it will dig in and keep this bike firmly attached to the ground. For throttle control, you are going to have a half twist throttle. Some of these bikes come with a thumb, but in this situation right here, you're going to get a half twist. This bike is a Class 2, Class 3 e-bike. In Class 2 mode, you'll get 20 miles per hour with throttle only. In Class 3, you can get 28 miles per hour. I've tested that and I know that for sure. Also, to shift gears, you're going to get the Shimano Index thumb shifter. To shift up on gears, you'll just use your thumb, and to bring it back down, you'll just hit the button to bring you back down to a lower gear. For controls here, guys, you have a very simple layout. You have your power button, your up and down for power assist, headlight, and horn. So if we turn this button on here, it'll kick your display on. And then you have your headlight by hitting this button right here. And then, of course, you have your horn. When you have your lights on, you will also get a tail light with integrated brake light as well. Coming over to the display, guys, you got a very simple straight up display. You're going to see your battery meter up here on the left. Your miles per hour meter is going to be located in the big digits. Your pedal assist is going to be on this side right here. So all you'll need to do is adjust this button up 1, and you hit it again, up 2, up 3, on 4th and on 4th, all the way up to level 5 for your power assist. Down below, you're going to have your current miles on the odometer. If you hit the power button and you could toggle through, you're going to get your trip meter. Then you're going to get your voltage, which I love to combine with the battery to show you just how much true battery power you have left in your cell. Then you'll hit it one more time, and it'll give you your current session of how long you've actually been riding on the bike. Hit it again, and you'll go back to your odometer. But a very simple layout here, full color display, easy to see. The sun is out right now, and you're getting a little flicker, but that's only because of the frame rate of the camera. But very bright, very easy to see whether you have sunglasses or not. Coming over to your brakes, guys, we're going to have branded Zoom brake rotors right here, guys, and it's going to be hydraulic, okay? Hydraulic. You got the Zoom brand right here. It's very smooth. They're tied down here to the 180 millimeter rotors, and that's front and back. The pistons on here is going to also be Zoom pistons, and they're twin piston. So you're going to have 2 pistons pushing into your pad to give you ample braking power. And as far as the seat, guys, we have a very comfortable seat. Not too skinny, not too wide. It's actually got a nice soft foam to it. And there's an air channel here to allow air to come through on a hot day to cool your tail down. The Hunter also comes with a carrier rack on the back that's good for 150 pounds. I personally love bikes that have carrier racks like that because I generally use a bike bag. I like the bike bag because I can put all my camera gear in it, a couple of drinks, what have you. I don't have to wear a backpack because when it gets hot out, guys, I hate having a backpack because then you just got a sweaty back, and this alleviates that, and it allows me to have more freedom and enjoyment when I ride. I really enjoy the new King Bull logo. I like Red Bull, and it reminds me of that, and I also like Lamborghini, so that combination of the Red Bull on the black frame, I think it looks pretty classy and prime. Another thing that I really like about this bike is the frame. Some of the cheaper bikes out there, guys, they're just made with all tubes that were welded together, you know, in an effort to put a bike together and get it to you for a bargain price. But even though this is a bargain price bike, I do appreciate the frame. The frame is solid and sturdy, and you can see it's a stylish type of a frame that was engineered just for this type of a bike. It's a full-size frame, but it has a light alloy and very strong. And there you have it, guys, the KINGBULL Hunter 2.0, real fast and quick. Let's go ahead and jump on this bike, give it a ride, see how she performs. Guys, it is so refreshing being back on a rear hub motor e-bike again. I gotta tell you, no disrespect to some of the more expensive bikes that are out there that are mid-drive and are fancy, but man, I tell you, the last e-bike that I reviewed was the mid-drive mountain bike, and even though that bike is supposed to be, you know, like very fancy, high-tech, you know, fast hill climber, I don't have any of that in the areas that I'm at. In my neighborhoods, I don't really have hilly terrains. It's mostly flat. And it's just so nice, guys, to be able to jump back on a regular e-bike that is rear hub, 28 miles per hour, all throttle, because I don't have to sit there and worry and stress over what gear I'm in or how much power I need or any of that. Man, one of the disappointments that I had with the last e-bike that I reviewed, the Haybike Alpha, God, that bike is what, like a $1,699 bike? but it was very difficult to try to explain to people how to ride it. I went ahead and showed a couple of people and displayed the bike, you know, because they were just like, I need a bike, Joey, do you have one? And I was like, yeah, I got a really nice expensive bike here, take a look at this mid-drive. And by showing them that bike, they were like, man, this bike is really weird, man. The throttle doesn't work. It's hard to pedal. I don't understand it. And like I said, guys, the zero start, I said, that was very unfortunate. But with this bike right here, it doesn't matter what gear I'm in. I could be in the wrong gear, and all I have to do is just make sure that I have some sort of a power assist on it and hit the throttle. And I'm going all the way up, guys, to 28 miles an hour, no pedaling involved. You know, if that's how I choose to ride, you know, leave that option to the rider. Don't force them to pedal if they don't want to. And it's just really nice to be on this King Bull and have all of that power back again. If I choose to want to pedal, I can do that. And then if I choose to just want to hit the throttle, I could do that as well. Now, here's an example of what I'm talking about. On a mid-drive bike that has zero start, I'm going to come to this light stop sign right here. And when I come down here and I brake, if I'm in the wrong gear, which I am right now, I'm in the wrong gear, right? So without a zero start, I'm unable to get across the street. But here, I just hit the gun, zero start, and I'm off rolling again. And it doesn't matter what gear I'm in, if I'm in the right gear or the wrong gear. Once I'm rolling, all you got to do is start pedaling and you're in the right gear again. This Hunter is a very fast bike. 80 Newton meters of torque. Sometimes, guys, when you get a bike like this, the 80 Newton meters of torque that they advertise, you cannot feel it. With the Hunter, you can feel it, man. When you hit that throttle, you can hear the motor wind up, and it's pulling. I mean, it's pulled, look, 21, 22, you know, 24, 25, 26. Look at that, 27 miles an hour already. I mean, you know, the neighborhood's only 25 miles per hour, man, but you get it right away on this bike right here. So it's up to you, man. If you want to pedal, feel free to pedal. If you don't want to pedal, go ahead and use your throttle. And man, this Hunter rides very, very smooth. I have the suspension open right now to absorb bumps. I don't have any bumps, but it's been taking any imperfections in the road with ease, nice and smooth. Man, just a pleasure to be on this one. I think this bike weighs in at about 70 pounds. So the power to weight ratio on this bike is tuned just right. Now let me speak to you a little bit about tuning. Now, the way that this motor on this bike gets power is through a controller, okay? The controller can be tuned. A lot of these companies right now, they're detuning the controller. A lot of the times what these companies do is they detune the controller to where the bike actually underperforms in the hope that they can preserve and expand the life of the motor and the drivetrain, because they know a lot of us when we ride, for the most part, everybody just likes to get on these e-bikes and ride it as a motorcycle. Just twist the throttle and go. You know, in the situation right here, look, I'm gonna go ahead and just pedal it, but I have the option. The Hunter gives me the option. If I wanna pedal it, I can pedal it. All I gotta do is push down on the cadence sensor. I just push down on the pedal, and the bike will give me the power. If I want to work a little bit harder, it's no problem. If I want to work a little bit harder and get a better exercise, all I got to do is hit down arrow and cut the amount of power that I'm getting as I bike, and I'm not getting as much power, right? So I will be actually working harder. So if you're looking at working out and getting more of a workout, turn down the power assist and pedal it the way you want to pedal it. Again, we're going to come to the light. We're not going to be in the right gear. We're going to be in the wrong gear right now, but we're going to go ahead and just go straight throttle. And again, the bike will automatically accelerate for you. And now we're in the wrong gear, but look, all I'm doing is just continuing to pedal, and you're in the right gear again, so it's a no-brainer. Rear hub motor bikes, for me, they work perfect. For you, might be something different. I personally, in all the time that I've been doing reviews on bikes, I think I've done probably about 50 or 60 e-bike reviews right now. I prefer the rear hub drive motors. 750 watts is perfect for me, and as long as there's no zero start lockout, you're gonna be happy. This bike right here is class 2, class 3. like I was telling you, in Class 2, the bike is only going to be able to give you 20 miles per hour if you're just using the throttle. In Class 3, you'll be able to use just the throttle, no pedal, and get 27 miles, 28 miles per hour out of the e-bike. I didn't have to do anything out of the box. Out of the box right here, man, this thing was already unlocked to Class 3, and it was just a pleasure, man. Very easy to assemble. All I had to do is pull the handlebars up, lock it in place, set it to the right angle that I wanted to, connect the headlight electrical to the harness, and then to put the front wheel in. Speaking of the front wheel, it has a removable kingpin here on the front wheel. It has a little lever. You'll just unscrew the lever, pull the, what do they call that thing, a skewer? Yeah, you'll just pull your skewer right out and the front wheel will come out for you, which actually is gonna make it easier to load. If you've got a smaller car, say you're gonna be riding around in, you know, a little CRV or something like this, and you don't have a whole lot of room, being that this is a 26-inch tire, it's one of the bigger frame bikes, it may eat up a lot of that room, but the ability to take that wheel off and put it back on with just that skewer and no tools is gonna make this thing easy to load, even in cars that don't actually have, you know, the SUV storage capability. This bike right here will be able to fit in it. You know, these bikes are getting better and better and better. You know, when you first got them, you know, they were a little bit crude and the prices were astronomical. I remember when I first looked at the first e-bike, man, they were right around $2,000 for a bike of this style right here, $1899, $1999, and I was just like, wow, those prices are out of control. You know, I could never afford something like that. But right now, guys, this Hunter 2.0 is coming in at $999 on sale. And man, do I believe that this thing is worth it? I absolutely do. We're gonna come up to this stop sign down here, and I'll just give you the brakes, right? Just 2 fingers on the brakes, hydraulic, look. No noise at all. Let me go ahead and give you a 0 to 27 mile per hour speed run. Throttle only, no pedal. 9, 10, 12, 14, 17, 19, 20, 22, 24, 26, 27.2, and that's about where it just seems to top off for me at 27.2. I do believe if you pedal it, you can get it up to about 28, but 27.2 is what I'm getting out of this bike, full throttle only. Now, one thing that I did notice on here, guys, is when I really hit them front brakes, these twin piston brakes really make this bike dip. So you got to apply your brakes evenly front and rear, because if you just crunch the front brakes, the whole nose will come down on you. Very strong braking. So we're gonna come up over here and I'm gonna give you a quick brake, guys. Check it out. Solid control brake, and I did not have any kind of a brake squeal. I love that, because some of these other brakes, the cheaper ones, man, when you go to nail those brakes, they make that geese sound that sounds like a geese barking, and then everybody just looks at you. And they're looking at such a nice, beautiful bike, and when you hit your brake, it sounds like a bunch of geese. This one right here, guys, absolutely no noise. Once again, another stoppage here on the brake. Here's got some guy coming down the street. Let's go ahead and get down to this stoplight and hit this brake on you. So 23, both wheels. Smooth, guys. Hydraulic zoom brakes on the 180 millimeter rotors, top notch. Oh, and another thing that's nice about this too, usually when I turn, the pedals are really low to the ground. The Hunter, the pedals are up high. So I feel confident when I'm actually hitting a turn on the bike. Hold on one second. Woo! Yeah, so when I make a turn on the bike right here, I have no worry that the pedal's gonna hit the ground, so ground clearance on the 2.0 is beautiful. Overall, guys, man, this Hunter 2.0 is a beautiful bike. Nice and quiet, and you know what? I'd be glad to pay the kind of money that they're asking for this. $999, bang for your buck value, absolutely no question at all. We've been riding this bike pretty hard here, running around the neighborhood, full gun, hardly any pedaling, and we've lost about, looks like 1 bar of power. I don't get the battery sag that I normally get out of most of these batteries. When you're on the throttle a lot and you're not giving it any kind of pedal input, the battery will sag on you. It'll tell you something like you're getting, it'll tell you something to the degree of, you might have like 2 to 3 battery bars, but in reality, when you come off of the throttle, you'll see the actual battery level come back up, and that's just what they call battery sag, and I'm not seeing too much of that on this Hunter. Normally, I don't expect the bike with 26-inch wheels to be nimble like this. Dude, the geometry of this bike is absolutely beautiful, guys. Just fast and nimble, kind of like BMX style, man. You can make figure eights quite easy on this bike. I like this bike. Look at this. Huh? But yeah, just to show you guys, man, just how nimble the bike is. 26 by 4-inch wide tires. Hey man, for a city commuter, if you guys need something to get around, you know, and you're looking for an e-bike, man, hey, I'm gonna give this Hunter 2.0 2 thumbs up. I really like this bike, man, a lot. Look at that, man. I've been nailing these brakes really hard, and I would have normally got brake squeal or that brake howl by now, and I've been getting none of that on this, man. This has absolutely been one wonderful ride. I put it through the paces for you here, guys. Absolutely wonderful. So guys, man, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this one up for you. We're looking at the Hunter 2.0 by KINGBULL. This has just been one absolute blast of a bike to ride around on. Let's have a look at it one more time. And you guys tell me, do you like it? I love it, man. The color on this thing is beautiful. Nice big black CST BFT 26x4 Mozo shocks, guys. The KINGBULL 15 amp hour battery. Just look at that. I don't know if the color comes through nicely on the camera, but that gloss black with that nice little red KINGBULL logo on there, guys. Beautiful, fresh screen that's easy to read. And that's about it, man. So anyways, guys, that's everything that I have for you today on this review of the KINGBULL Hunter 2.0. If you guys like this bike and need more information, a link to this e-bike will be located down in the description box. Head on over there, take a look, see what they've got available. I do believe you're gonna get a couple of extra freebies with this. Mine came with like a foot pump, I believe a bike lock and a bungee cord. There might be a couple of extra freebies that are being included with the bike sale. It's currently being sold right now for $9.99, so feel free to head on over there. If this is not the model that you like, KINGBULL does have plenty of other models to choose from with various sizes. Feel free to take a look at their lineup, and maybe there's a bike in there for you. So anyways, guys, thank you very much. You're watching VegasDtech. This is Joey. I will catch you guys on the next review. You guys be well.